at last. No more secrets left to spill, just truth and your broken self to heal. So what does it matter if I'm here for you when I leave you bruised? So what does it matter when it comes to you? But I'll play the fool, and whatever happens, you can count on me like king and queen. Nobody's perfect, but mistakes we make are all it takes for everything to fall in place. So what does it matter when it comes to you? But I'll play the fool, and whatever happens, you can count on me like king and queen.
Baby, why don't we be honest? You already know I love you, but you've been known to love a lot of things cautiously. I'm running out of all my options. It's making me a little nauseous. When you talk about your problems, you can't look at me and go fine. Fall asleep and fade away. Tell me your secrets, I promise you'll always feel safe. Always. You are the spark to my heart, and I need you to stay. I need you to stay. I need you to stay. Let's find a way. You know my heart is racing. I've been losing all my patience. I've been feeling elevated. So cry, cry. Unleash your secrets. It's time. It's time. So close to making it right.
ask you.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing, tomorrow's here.
It's a brand new day, never hold on to hate, cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place, all queens got a seat at my table, cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe, and so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity, until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble, can't bring you no beef, don't wanna see you deceased. Now if I'm coming at you, I'm coming with a business plan, cause every day I'm on some, yo, let's get this money, man. Yeah, and that's my real plans. I rest my head at night, I wake up, I got another plan.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing, tomorrow's here again.
It's a lot of high rappers tell me why we don't get money together, but we'll kill each other over whatever. Running down the freeway, we gonna own down. If Black Lives Matter, why we gonna own down? That's why they laugh and they think that we clowns. They hear what we say, but see how we get down. We gotta change that now, right now to be exact, cause hurting that man's moms is not where it's at now. Old school, new school need to learn, yo. They put us in groups so they can make more dough. The young versus the old versus the young, black versus white, you see the pattern, right? No unity, keep them all on some gutter-ish. This way they don't prosper and get rich. Yo, can't you see it's a trick? Just open your third eye and you'll see the full view of it. Now yo, what if the powers that be know that the real power lies within the people? That's us. And what if they using things like crayon colors, black and white, to separate the people? Hey, yo, you gotta wake up. Don't let them fool y'all. Spread love.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing, tomorrow's. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing, tomorrow's here again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning.
All right, y'all, good morning. You know what to do.
Good morning.
Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Shout out to the Bishop for kicking off the show the right way. Let's go. Oh, there we are, looking all crispy and clean on the screen. Shout out to everybody who's in here, man. Welcome, y'all. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE Beats of ClassEbeats.com. Today, we've got a lot to get into. I know we're gonna only be in here for a couple of hours, but I have 4 crazy stories that y'all are going to want to check out because there's a lot going on. We're gonna talk about what's going on in the YSL RICO trial. Lil Woody, he's out there snitching again, man. It's crazy. We've got Judge Glanville. We've got some breaking news for y'all. Just happened in less than the 24 hours. It actually happened last afternoon. It's looking like there's been another motion for him to recuse himself. Brian Steele's getting his get back over there. Yeah, the judge of the year, the judge of the year, the lawyer of the year is trying to get this judge off the case. We're going to talk about it. We've also got a couple things, a little bit of updates with Diddy, what's going on there. And then DJ Academics reveals that there may have been some bot activity going on with Not Like Us. It's wild up in here, man. It's wild. It's good to see everybody in here, man. Shout out to everyone who's in the building. Let me say what's up to y'all. King Creole's in here. He says, good morning. Good to see you. We got Spiritual E is in the building. Appreciate you being here. Wood Drummer says, good morning. Good to see you as well. King Creole Music said, snitching or talking? Hey, you guys will have to decide. you guys will have to decide. If you see somebody that you've been involved with that was doing something, you say, yeah, I know who was there and I know who did it. Is that snitching? I don't know. Seems pretty straightforward to me. Y'all have to let me know what you think. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Before we do, y'all know, I have a couple of announcements. Of course, we just started our brand new show last week and it's going absolutely crazy. Thank you to everybody who supported the last show. We are going to be live on the BandLab Engineer channel and right here on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel for the new music review show. We're doing more in-depth critiques of your music. We also do some live mixing and mastering in BandLab. So if that's something that you're interested in and you just want to get another opportunity to get your music heard, make sure that you tap in. We're going to be live at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as soon as this morning show ends, we'll be over there reviewing some music and doing some live mixing and mastering. So y'all make sure you check that out. All right, last thing, and then we'll go ahead and get to our topics today. If you guys want to call in during the show, please y'all call in. The link is in the pinned comment in the chat. If y'all want to call in, give your thoughts on the subject. You want to tell me I'm wrong about something you disagree with, something you agree with, whatever the case may be, y'all call in. I love interacting with you guys, and I think it's dope for y'all to be able to get your thoughts out there on whatever we're covering here on the show. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Shout out to everybody who kicked off the show the right way today too. We had the Bishop in there. We had a bunch of artists who are featured over on BandLab on the Rising Stars playlist. So if y'all haven't checked it out yet, make sure you go over there and do that. Who else we got in here? We've got Amy is in the building. Shout out to the amazing Amy. Always appreciate you. Always love seeing you in here. She's here just showing some love as always. And shout out to everybody that's watching over on X too. We've got over 30,000 people who are watching on X, which is crazy. I know y'all are here to talk about the Young Thug trial. We've got two other stories we've got to get to. And then I've got two things we're going to talk about with what's going on in the Young Thug trial. All right. So y'all stay locked in. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Now, we talked about this when we were really getting into covering this whole Diddy situation. Once his house got raided, everything went down. And then the video came out showing Diddy assaulting Cassie in the hotel. After that, I mentioned that this is probably going to be one of the things that you'll start to see that causes Diddy to start to lose some of his credibility he has in the public eye, whether that be getting some of his degrees taken away, whether that be some of his endorsements being gone. And in this case specifically, it's looking like they're finally taking one of his biggest accomplishments away, which is his key to the city. All right. So now it's looking like Diddy did this willingly, but shout out to Hip Hop DX. We're going to check out this video to where they cover it, and then we'll get into the article giving a little bit more detail into what actually happened in this case.
So Diddy's key to the city has been rescinded by NYC mayor following video of assault on Cassie. Hey, what's up? I'm A-Dub, and check this out. So TMZ obtained two letters on Saturday, June 15th, one of which was sent to Combs Entertainment LLC's office in New York and the other to his LA office. They were addressed to Diddy courtesy of Mayor Adams, who said he was deeply disturbed by the Cassie video. Adams said in the letter that he stands with survivors of domestic abuse and outlined that the key is used to recognize outstanding citizens. The mayor noted that the bad boy mogul no longer fits the criteria. The New York City chief also provided an address to which Diddy could return the keys. This move marks the first time a key to the Big Apple has been rescinded. Diddy reportedly received a letter on June 4th and returned the honor on June 10th. Rumors of the key withdrawal began back in May when the NYC mayor spoke with Pix 11 and was quizzed about the shocking footage that surfaced of Puffy attacking Cassie. Asked whether Diddy's key to New York City, which Adams presented to him during a ceremony in Times Square last September, could be revoked, the mayor said he and his team were considering it.
I think all of us were deeply disturbed by watching that chilling video of the young lady being assaulted by him, and the committee and the team. We've never rescinded a key before, but we are now sitting down to see what the next steps forward are going to be.
So Yeah, and the thing for me with Mayor Adams, and I mean, some of y'all know how I feel about Mayor Eric Adams. A lot of y'all who are in New York, you have to let me know in the comments what you think. But why? What else did you need to see in this case? You have everything going on with Diddy. He's got his house raided. You have lawsuit after lawsuit. I think we're up to 8 now of these lawsuits that came out. And now you see this video that was made public. I guess maybe he wanted to see if the video could have been verified in some way. But Diddy verified it himself. He came out and he said, hey, y'all, yeah, I know you guys saw that video. I'm sorry for everything that happened. I'm sorry you guys had to see that, but hey, it was me. I did it. I don't know what else Mayor Eric Adams needed to see after that, but I guess he's finally made his decision. So shout out to him. Took you long enough.
Are considering it.
We are taking everything under analysis, and the team will come back with me with a final determination.
But one person who will surely have a comment on Diddy losing his key to the city is none other than 50 Cent, who recently took his trolling campaign against Diddy up a notch by attending a comedy roast of the embattled mogul in Miami. The show took place at the Dead Flamingo pop-up in Little Havana, and the charity event saw 50 pose for photos with fans and pass around shots of his Branson cognac, according to Miami Herald. After the show, 50 posted about his surprise appearance on Instagram and wrote, "Yes, I was in attendance. I thought Puffy might show up because I saw Tom Brady at his. He didn't come. I had the shooters. Get your mind out, gutter. Videographers. What?" The roast of Diddy was a fundraiser for the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and though 50 himself didn't grace the stage, it featured sets from local Miami comedians Lonnie Cox, Ricky Cruz, and Drew Ela. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to hit that subscribe.
All right, there it is. Hip Hop DX with the great coverage on that one. Oh man, this is a big deal. Now, a lot of y'all are gonna say, oh well, you know, it's just the key to New York. Diddy's still gonna make his money, but when you have something like this go down publicly, this isn't something that's gonna go away. It's not something that you can pay somebody some money and it's forgotten about. Pay someone some money and they're gonna forget about it. This is a huge honor. Not only that, but as mentioned in the video, this is something that has never been done in the history of New York. So it's going to be a stain. Not that his reputation was that great in the first place, but yeah, Diddy, he's not looking great, man. And 50's probably over there eating this up. No pun intended. Anyway, let's read this article by TMZ. They're the ones who broke this story. They say Diddy gives back New York City's key to the city after ClassE assault video. Diddy's given back a major honor, returning New York's key to the city after Mayor Eric Adams requested it back in a letter citing the ClassE assault video. I wonder what would have happened if he hadn't given it back. If he would have just said, nah, I'm good, I'm going to keep it. Would they have forcibly removed it? I don't know. TMZ has obtained 2 letters, one of Combs Entertainment LLC's office in New York, and the other to his LA office, addressed to Diddy from Mayor Adams, saying he's deeply disturbed by the ClassE video. Again, why didn't he say that when they asked him about him? This politics, man, are crazy. And we saw the letter here. You can see it says, "Dear," I'm sure it says whoever it may concern, "like many people, I was deeply disturbed by the recent video footage of Sean Diddy Combs assaulting his then partner. I strongly condemn these actions and stand in solidarity with all survivors of domestic gender-based violence." Man, it's very specific. "Our city has worked tirelessly to make sure survivors are heard and seen by our administration. The key to the city of New York is presented to individuals whose service to the public and the common good rises to the highest level of achievement and who act as models, as a model for fellow and future New Yorkers. After internal deliberations, the Key to the City of New York Committee recommended nullifying and rescinding Mr. Combs' key. I have accepted their recommendations and am requesting that Mr. Combs immediately return his key to the City of New York Hall. Return his key to the city to New York City Hall, office of the mayor." Okay, and that's where he needs to return. "The city record will be updated to reflect our decision." So Adams adds he stands with survivors of domestic abuse before noting the key of the city is given to individuals who act as model citizens, which is interesting because this video isn't the first thing we've seen or heard or had issues with from Diddy. And this key he got recently, right? So with everything that was going on with Diddy, they were still willing and okay with giving him the key, which just doesn't make sense to me, because this, again, there had been lawsuits before that. Diddy had been arrested, and they're still saying he's a model citizen. It doesn't make any sense, but we know Mayor Eric Adams, it's a political thing. Got to keep the record clean as possible. Standard, the selection committee no longer feel Diddy meets. All right. So that's what the key looks like. Pretty dope. I don't know. Do you want a key to the city of New York? Y'all have to tell me in the chat. Mayor Adams, who stated publicly the committee would sit down and discuss the issue, says the committee recommended rescinding Combs' key and provides an address where the key could be mailed back. So this is rewinding what he said in that entire interview.
You've been very outspoken about breaking the cycle of domestic violence in New York City. And given everything that's developed over the weekend with P. Diddy, what are you thinking about possibly rescinding the honor that you gave him last year when you presented him with the key to the city?
I think all of us were deeply disturbed by watching that chilling video of the young lady being assaulted by him, and the committee and the team. We've never rescinded a key before, but we are now sitting down to see what the next steps forward are going to be.
Yeah, see, this is the thing I don't get. He said, yeah, I was disturbed by the video, but, you know, we got to have a conversation about it and make sure we want to take the key. Why?
So you are considering it?
We are taking everything under analysis, and the team will come back with me with a final determination.
Yo, politics is wild, man. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the letters were sent out June 4th, and Diddy responded by returning the key on June 10th. Yeah, he had to look at it a little bit longer, make sure he wanted to give it up, and realize this is probably he's on the way down for sure. By the way, the city keeps a log of all key to the city recipients. Someone was asking in the chat whether they opened probably the Batcave or something like that. I don't know, but I guess it's just a big honor. Combs' name remains in the log, though the following statement has been added. The key to the city was rescinded by Mayor Eric Adams on June 4, 2024, via a formal letter due to actions of domestic and gender-based violence committed by Combs. So they're keeping him in the record, but they're putting some type of red letter next to his name. Weird stuff, man. Diddy received the key to the city less than a year ago, proudly posing with Adams back in September after receiving the honor, which we talked about in another video. Of course, allegations began to pile up against Diddy just months later, beginning with ClassE's lawsuit in November. I guess they didn't ask him if he had any ongoing lawsuits when they were going to give him the key to the city. While Diddy's repeatedly denied allegations of wrongdoing, he admitted he did beat Cassie and apologized after the video surfaced. He still faces numerous assault lawsuits, and he's under federal investigation for alleged trafficking of drugs and other things, as y'all can see, as well as other serious crimes. All right. So, this is wild.
Reason unclear why the mayor was really not willing to take any kind of a stand, even saying that we're investigating it. Why do you think the mayor's hedging, and how do you feel?
Well, of course, the key should be revoked. The key to the city is one of the highest honors that can be bestowed upon anyone in New York. Nelson Mandela is a recipient of this honor. So Sean Combs has shown himself to be beneath any honor, much less the key to the city.
Yeah, but he's still on the log, though.
I have spoken to the mayor's office. One thing they're trying to figure out is how you could take back a key to the city. We don't know that that's ever been done before, but it needs to be figured out and it needs to be taken back.
The devil's advocate. If you open that door to take a key back, which you've never done before, and even if this is an easy one, what if it gets political in the future? Because God knows we've seen that all over the country.
This is such a no-brainer. I mean, it really
is. I agree.
Up for discussion, in my view. It should be immediately revoked. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It would be bad enough if it was just the video, but he put out a statement before accusing these women of lying, accusing them of looking for a payday. So it's despicable, and consequences need to follow.
Look, if Diddy is in an apology, like he put out the apology video, maybe this is something where a call can be made to him and he just says, I'm going to give it back.
Yeah, what if he gave it back and proactively said, I'm giving this award back and I'm speaking to my supporters, look into the camera and say to all my fans that violence against women is not acceptable. Period. Full stop.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything. Are there Diddy supporters out there? I don't know. I think all the Diddy supporters jumped ship by now. I know there were some out there. I was on the side of you're innocent until proven guilty. So that may paint me as a Diddy supporter. I don't know. I just think that's the smart way to go, especially with so many false accusations out there. I don't know if there's anybody left on the Diddy boat. Pun not intended. This seems like the inevitable conclusion to this saga. Yeah, and we're just getting started too. Remember, many New York politicians were pushing Adams to get the key back. I didn't see that either. We spoke to New York City Councilman Eric Botcher. No, I'm saying that wrong. Just last month, who said it was a no-brainer decision to take the key back. And that's who y'all saw in the last video. We've reached out to Diddy's team. So far, no word back. All right, y'all. So do you think this is going to be the last big event when it comes to Diddy publicly being disgraced and shamed? Do you think there's more to come? You gotta let me know in the chats and in the comments. Wow. Diddy is just taking L after L after L. I want to see what y'all are saying in the comments. Smoking the ones in the building. He said, what up, family? He also says losing the key to New York over a scrub is diabolical. Oh, man. Let Cassie live, man. She's a victim. She's a victim. Woodrummer said, I wouldn't give him a key to my broke down truck. God dang. Smoking the one said, could have paid a female to box her up for all that. Oh, well. I mean, allegedly, someone might have been doing that. We're going to get into that at another point too. King Creole said, what about the footage of Jay-Z slapping the chick backstage back when he was with Rock? I mean, does he have a key to the city? I don't know. I don't think let's see if he does. Key to the city. I don't think they're going to be giving rappers, any more rappers keys to the city. So Diddy ruined that one. Yeah, I mean, Jay-Z doesn't have it, so nobody cares about that. Until a lawsuit's filed, no one cares. Amy says, who cares about a key to New York? That place is operated and they don't keep nothing locked up. There's a hooker at every mile marker. Good Lord. She said that place is overrated. Oh, man. Amy, the New Yorkers are going to be coming for you. He said he's trying to get his next term. Yeah, they don't want Eric Adams back in there. I can tell you, they do not want Eric Adams back in office. Amy said, sorry, don't mind me. King Creole said 50 be major petty. Yeah, it's fun to watch though. Diddy's making history. Oh man. Diddy was the first rapper to lose a city key. Big Draco punching the air right now. Oh man. Y'all leave Soulja Boy alone. Amy says, ClassE, I wonder if the city of Atlanta is giving out banana to the city. You should apply. No, I'm good. I'm good on bananas, Amy. That's all you. That's all you. King Creole said, tongue twisters, Diddy with the keys to the city is a pity. Yeah, that's not a bad one. He said, what does the key open? Y'all are wild. Wave Lori's up in here. What's up, man? He says they got to change the locker or something. Mug the one said it's on Tubi. They're doing something dirty. Yeah. Yeah. And we reviewed, if y'all want to see a full review of that documentary that TMZ created, which was the downfall of Diddy over on Tubi. We actually reviewed it here on the channel. You can go watch that over on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel too. Yeah, he said it's only one key. Yeah, hopefully they have some spare keys. All right, let's keep it going. if y'all, I don't think I see anything else. Again, if y'all want to call in throughout the show, definitely feel free to do that. The link to call in is in the description. And it's also in the pinned comment over here. Kid Creole says, nobody gonna have bodyguards anymore. Dang. Oh, man. Y'all are wild. All right, let's keep it moving. So, our guy, DJ Academics, is back at it again. You know, he is Drake's #1 fan, and he's got to defend Drake and bring down Kendrick at any chance that he can get. Now, he does put respect in Kendrick as an artist, but it seems like DJ Academics is still fighting this battle to show that Drake was done dirty in this entire rap beef that went on a couple of months ago. Actually, what is it? June now? It was last month. Beginning of last month was when everything started to hit its peak. So there's been some new information that's come out allegedly showing how and why Kendrick maybe botted some of the streams that he was getting over on YouTube. DJ Academics is going to show and actually interviews one of the persons or people that may have been behind that whole situation. So first of all, I want y'all to check out this video from DJ Academics. Listen to what he's saying here in a past interview last May.
Kendrick doesn't seem like the guy who's the internet guy. So you know what you do? You claim Drake has the bots. All while Drake dropped his last song, there's 1 million dislikes on the song. Those are botted. By the way, you can only see the dislikes if you have like a special browser that will show you the hidden part of the YouTube thing. Who do you think bought those bots to dislike it?
All right, so basically what DJ Academics is talking about there is if you go to YouTube right now, you'll only see on the video, you'll only see the likes. It'll only show how many likes you have. It doesn't show dislikes. YouTube changed that, I believe, a couple of years ago. So there was this whole thing about the Heart Part 6. It had millions of dislikes versus how many likes it had. And they have been claiming that it was botted. Now, most recently, yesterday, DJ Academics actually spoke with a guy who is alleging that he was the one that botted all of those plays, not only the dislikes on Drake's video, but he botted some of the plays on Kendrick's video. All right, so let's check this out and see what DJ Academics is saying. He said a stream botter whistleblower has come forward to admit that they botted Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar and names Kendrick Lamar's manager, Anthony, as the person who paid him. Oh, Lord. The whistleblower is speaking after receiving threats to be killed from anonymous individuals. Now, I watched the whole interview he did. It's a live stream Academics did. It's about 3 hours or so. And they really go into detail about some of the background from this alleged bot streamer. He shows and talks about some of the people that he's worked with. And as we're going to see in a minute, he shows examples of how easy it is to bot something, whether that's on Instagram or YouTube, wherever. So y'all check out this video of Act talking to this stream botter.
And again, like, you know, I have a certain amount of money that I just, for my age, the amount of money I have is like kind of sickening. I don't want to risk that and then me end up getting robbed or me end up getting shot by somebody else who isn't.
I'm not trying to post your bank account, brother. Just speak your truth.
All right, fuck it, bro. It's Anthony Soleil. I'm crashing out because like this is for my safety. This is how I feel. That's who paid me. Not saying I was in direct contact with him. That's just the name that was on the account that I got paid by, and that's how I feel. And I'm scared, obviously, bro. I'm not of age. I'm young. I'm underage. I can't do certain things. I'm scared of people, bro. I do online shit. I'm not a shooter. I'm not a hitter. I got reached out to by people. I did this, and this is what happened. This is my safety net now. I don't want to die, obviously, bro. I mean, I'm just how I feel, and this is what I had to say. And it's stupid as fuck because obviously I want to keep making money. I have like fucking I've made mid 7 figures. Like I'm touching crazy money.
Dang,
but then again, if somebody's going to come threaten my life, why does money matter? Why do
All right, so if you listen to the whole live stream, which you can, and I'll link it down in the description of this video. If you listen to the interview, this guy is shook, man. He's nervous. He doesn't want to reveal certain things. He talks about the term of service that he signed with certain agreements and third parties that he works for. And if you listen to the full live stream, he actually talks about some of the systems that he would use to do this. He even talks about some of the companies that he worked for. And in this particular case, he's alleging that it was a third-party company that reached out to him and they said, hey, we want you to work, or we want you to do this certain thing with this certain video, and we want you to do this here. And so a lot of the connections are a little bit fuzzy because he's not sure exactly who was in the third party or who was involved with the third party company. But he's alleging that he did receive a deposit from Kendrick Lamar's manager. All right. And we're going to look at some of the other receipts here. So DJ Academics posted this when everything went down back in May. He said either Ninja's hating on Drake or Ninja's hate botting his latest releases. His last two releases had more dislikes than likes on YouTube, The Heart Part 6, and his newest feature on Sexy Red Song and Family Matters has over 4,000 dislikes on YouTube. Very abnormal. And then he shows the receipts here. Y'all could see, so we looked at this before. That one had over 400,000 dislikes. This one has over 1 million dislikes. God. Dang. And then that song he did with Sexy Red has 75,000 dislikes, which I'm a fan of because Sexy Red is garbage. Anyway, so he goes back and references this tweet and says, it appears as though the dislikes came from the botter Kendrick Lamar's team hired. Okay, and now we're going to see the actual video part of this on stream. But DJ Academic says Kendrick Lamar's botter botted this Instagram account with 162,000 followers in 10 minutes. This photo was posted live on stream and received 20,000 likes in 10 minutes. Now, if y'all haven't seen some of the past interviews we've done on this channel, you can go back and watch the interview that I did with Chad Focus. Chad Focus is very well versed in music marketing with music promotion and gave us a lot of insight in that interview to how you can use bots, how artists use bots, how the industry uses bots to get traffic to websites, to build up someone's Instagram, to get plays on Spotify. And he had a whole multi-million-dollar network that he was able to build using bots. So if you guys haven't checked out that video, make sure you go back and watch it, and I'll have it pinned somewhere on the screen. But anyway, DJ Academics shows some more proof of what possibly happened. He said proof of payment between the Not Like Us stream botter and Kendrick Lamar's manager, Anthony, has surfaced. The stream botter claims a $2,500 down payment was deposited for 30 million streams. All right, and here's him showing the receipts. It looks like you see here online transfer from savings 15,000. And then if you look all the way at the bottom, y'all should be able to see this. It says a Zelle payment from Anthony Saleh LLC, $2,500. Now, the thing about this is I don't know how accurate this is because anybody could create that name with Zelle. And also, I guess we would have to do some research and look into if he's actually connected to that LLC. Also, we have to believe that these screenshots are real. So I don't know. I watched the live stream and Act did not show him logging in and showing all of this information. So it's still, the jury's still out on that. All right. And then he said on May 5th, Kendrick Lamar's team caught using bots after Drake exposed that he fed Kendrick false info. And then he says they paid bots to win a rap beef in 2024. Shaking my head. Yeah, it could. I don't know. I'm not sure at all. Either way, let's go ahead and get into the live stream. So he doesn't actually show how he bots the videos, but he talks a little bit about how easy it is to use bots on Instagram and other platforms. So during this live stream, he actually did a live demonstration showing how he's able to bot Instagram accounts, how he's able to bot Instagram comments, likes, followers. It's crazy. So y'all check this out.
Honestly, I agree with you because I think.
Oh, let me turn it off of Chickmunk mode.
Are you dealing with someone who is related or in PG Lang, or are you dealing with someone who maybe PG Lang works with? Because that's also very important.
Someone who they work with.
Okay. So this isn't, for example, Dave Free. This isn't, for example, his manager. This isn't, someone who would be verified within PG Lang who would be like, hey, listen, this is what we're doing. This might be a third party who they use to market songs.
So I actually did get reached out to a third party, and that's when I ended up getting connected with the actual people, and the payment was from them.
Okay.
But yes, at first I was reached out to by a third party saying, hey, we can make some money on this deal. They want this. And then also check your Instagram DMs.
Okay.
Yeah, so
and again, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm not on anybody's team. I'm not in favor of somebody. You know, I'm not here to pick and choose.
Okay.
And even after this, if you want to call me privately and I'll show you everything and I'll explain it more in detail with names. And like, there's certain people I don't want to bring up as well. But this is my way of ensuring that I'm going to be good. You know what I mean? By just saying something at least.
Okay. All right. Now I'll tell you guys what I'm seeing. I'm not going to show it on camera, obviously. I don't want to betray his trust. This is a bank statement from... Well, not statement. This is a video of him being in his bank account. And,
okay, so he sent him the video of him logging
showing
in.
that on May 6th, he received a Zelle payment from, and I won't say that person's name,
Thank you.
but it was for $2,500. Now,
and also, if you look in the comments of this going back, someone actually tried to search for it, and they're saying that the LLC or that name on Zelle is gone. So you should be able to search for it. Again, I don't know, man. In 2024, it's so easy to fake this stuff. It's going to be hard to prove.
when did Not Like Us drop? That's important. Oh, actually, I got it right here. It's May 4th.
Yeah.
So you got paid 2 days after.
Yeah, I got reached out to. It was May 5th afternoon, and that's when they were like, and I will send you also receipts of that as well, me being reached out to by the third party and then being paid by them. And they actually told me, they're like, hey, we can make some money on this. They just did this drop. They want to just push it. That's how they worded it. They said, we want to push the song. We want to make it look like a crazy hit, and we want to go crazy, and everybody wants to get paid. Okay. So I'm saying, fine, yeah, that's cool. Let's do it.
Could you send me that as well?
Yes, I will.
Okay. And by the way, chat, again, you know, this guy might be witty with fucking software, but it doesn't look like an actual bank account. And there's a name that I recognize.
We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, and the only reason I blacked out a little bit right there is because it is my first name. And later I will, if you want, I will call and screen share with you on FaceTime or whatever you want. And I would scroll out of the app, I'll log in, I'll click on it, I'll do whatever you need me to do.
Okay.
And it wasn't for like a crazy amount of streams either. That's what I'm saying. It was just for an initial push.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not responsible for all the streams. I'm not responsible. He has a hit. It did good. It's an amazing song. It's very catchy. And that's why everybody likes it.
Okay,
so
let me
I'm just saying it needs that initial push.
So it was 30 million streams, but on what platform?
Spotify. The thing about it is Spotify is the most easy to bot platform, and a lot of people know this, and it's been around for a while. It's no secret that people bought. A lot of artists bought.
Is it easier to bot than like say YouTube or like Apple Music?
So the thing about Apple Music is you actually can't bot Apple Music, and anybody who works in this industry will tell you can't.
Why
Shout out to Apple, man.
Because
I tried to tell
their
Apple's
platform isn't a free platform. It's not free to use.
Yeah, but you said that the accounts that y'all are using for Spotify
is
premium.
They actually ended up patching that. So you used to be able to do Apple Music the same way you're able to do Spotify.
What do you mean?
But they actually patched out. Like you used to be able to do the fake gift cards, the fake streams that way. But they actually made it so you can't. They have the best security when it comes to bot protection out of any streaming platform. YouTube, there will forever be bots because it's paid. It's free. You don't have to have an account. You could be a guest and you could watch a video and it will count as a view. Apple Music has been able to crack down on it for the longest time. And for Spotify, it's a 30-day free trial.
Yeah, Apple is dope.
For Apple Music, you have to pay.
Fast forward a little bit.
And then I just would have kept my mouth shut, and then we wouldn't have gotten here.
Okay, so
all right, so he gives a little bit of background on how he does this. Let's go ahead and skip forward, and he's gonna actually show the process of how he would bot an account. Y'all check this out. This is crazy. Let me see. I'm gonna go here. Yeah, there it is. All right, check this out.
Botted out the ass. That's fake as fuck.
Oh, okay. So you know, because this is the account that I switched my real academics account with because I used to use this name. It has 9,313 real followers. Chat, should I use this or make a fake account? Because I don't like fake followers on my shit. Fake followers is like a BBL. Yo, I hate BBLs already. I don't like fake followers. Could you remove them afterwards or no?
I mean, I could, But if you want to do like an account with 0, you could see how fast it goes up. But we could do that one. I say if you have that one ready, you're already logged into it. Let's just do it.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can just use another account because I don't like fucking with.
I agree.
My real accounts, I like looking and seeing that it's real people there. I like the fake followers.
It's gonna mess with your analytics and everything. So I do suggest probably a new account.
Okay. All right, let me make an account.
Yeah. So Ak is.
Chat, I'm making an Instagram account right now. Okay. All right.
So he's gonna create a brand new account from scratch.
With, like a song as well.
Yeah. And the thing about Spotify, like they're really good at what they do, like hiding it. So what they do is they have it so it only updates every 7 days. Dude, they know what they're doing. It's kind of crazy.
What do you mean it only updates every 7 days?
Spotify views on the artist panel only update every 7 days.
He's right.
Like total. That's how long it takes for them to get put the viewer count out there and change the actual viewers for the song.
Yeah, and this is bad. We're not gonna get into the whole Spotify thing, but if you look on YouTube, it updates automatically. That's why a lot of people during the Drake beef were saying, "Oh, you see, look at that. Drake is botting because it went from 100 up to 1 million." Spotify doesn't do that. A lot of people would argue it's because Spotify is mainly based on bots. Now, can we prove that? There's certain things that point to it, but one of the reasons Spotify might be doing that is because the numbers would look crazy if they were to show it every single day. Now, if you have access to your Spotify for Artists dashboard, you can see what your numbers are doing day by day, but they don't show those numbers publicly, which is interesting.
It's about 7 days.
Okay.
Like if I wanted to, I'm not saying I will because this is fucked up. I'm saying like if a streamer's live right now, I could bot their viewers. I can make it go up. I can make it go down. I could same thing. I've been, I used to do for a couple streamers on certain platforms that I don't want to name because I was told like probably not a good idea, but Okay. Yeah, and for Spotify, it's like it's not a ticker that updates. It's like people are listening. You know what I mean? So that's why they give it a certain amount of days to update.
Let me see. All right. I'm like I have to make. There we go. Okay.
Y'all gotta.
I'm like making a new Google account. This is crazy.
This is crazy.
I can't see it, right? Oh, perfect. Okay, good. All right, good. I made a new account. I'm making this new Instagram thingy. Okay. And then, okay, here we go. Okay. And I think we just signed up. Wait, okay. All right. I just made a new. Does this work? Why can't I didn't see anything yet.
Let's skip forward a little bit.
All right.
Y'all are weird.
Here we go.
On Discord.
I do.
Just copy and paste it into like in our little chat.
Okay. Big extreme. Let me see. Right here.
All right, just got it.
Okay. Well, why did 4 of y'all follow her? Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird as shit. These are organic. See, we got 14 organic followers already. We busting. We kind of lit. Okay, chat. We kind of turned. We turned. Yeah.
All right, so he keeps refreshing it and refreshing, and it's going up and up and
Look
up.
like
and
it.
up.
Those are. Look at your notifications. Look at the accounts.
Notifications. Let's see what's up. Zimmerman. Yeah, that nigga's not watching me. Nigga named Zimmerman is not watching. Oh, this is a real person. Is it? I don't know.
Some of the accounts are made to look real, but they're actually not. Those are all fake accounts, just by the way.
Yeah, it's great. It's wild, man.
Those the ones with the girls. Those are all fake accounts made by me and my bot to make it look like a real follower for somebody.
Madeline Stowe.
Yeah, she doesn't know yet.
Fake.
Oh, these are fake.
And it's over, man. Wait till you see the comments. Let me keep skipping forward.
Yeah, if you want to do a fake post as well, I'll run it up to 20,000 likes within like a couple seconds.
Watch this.
You can do that?
Make a post.
Oh, but I gotta do it on I gotta log in.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people bought and a lot of people hit me up to bot. A lot of like platforms too. Like, well, recently a lot of platforms.
And if you know what to look for, you can see it pretty easily.
Post a quick picture. I'll give you some comments and some likes.
There we go.
So just imagine this, but you have 1 million real followers, and you just implement it, right? So it's gonna look, people are not
Yo,
gonna
you
turn
never
the
worked
naked
for
eye.
6ix9ine, right? Because niggas used to say 6ix9ine shit was fake, but I thought that shit was real. I ain't gonna hold you.
6ix9ine actually probably had some of the best engagement out of any rapper, from what I saw.
Like real or fake though?
Real. And the thing is, I hate 6ix9ine. I don't give a fuck about 6ix9ine, but his shit was popping.
So his shit was real.
Bro, from what I know, it was a mix, but mostly real. And bro, I'm not saying this is biased. Fuck 6ix9ine, bro. Like, I don't care. But his shit was popping, and he did get like 1 million viewers live on Instagram.
Nah, he did. He did.
Right? Nobody else has done that.
I fucking agree with you. Oh shit.
So let me know when you post that picture and just send me the link again.
All right, here we go, Chad. Lit out here, Chad.
All right, check. Here
Oh, my bad.
No, I got 8.
So now he's gonna post, or he's gonna bot likes and comments on this. And this was a crazy one for me. With the comments, I don't know what system this dude is using, but it's something I haven't seen before, because the comments are weird because they're actually relatable to DJ Academics and what someone would say on the post from him. They're oddly specific. So y'all got,
so like it
here
again?
we go.
Oh, you sent me the thing?
Oh no, it's on the page. It's the only one.
Oh, my bad.
No, I got 89 comments already. I'm lit. This is organic shit.
Yeah, dude, you're pop.
Look at these comments. This one says, "Ack."
Man, what the fuck, bro? The fastest
behind the
is
screens. Wait, did you do it yet? You didn't do it yet, right?
No, I'm doing it right now as like.
Okay,
I'm
we got 172
talking.
comments. Real talk. We got 172 comments. Nigga lit as a motherfucker right now. Nigga say, it's not a bot. Chat niggas happy. Yo, chat niggas is really them niggas, bro. Yo, that's why I could never fake a stream. Or like I couldn't fake followers.
And then they're saying big act, and they're saying some of his phrases, big act. And this person says freaky ass, and this is wild.
Like, I like knowing that there's just some real people, whether they're real haters, real supporters, it don't matter. Like, real does matter to me.
It does.
I ain't gonna lie.
So eventually, if you skip forward, you can see that he boosts this like crazy. Let me find the last one he refreshed. Here we go. All right, check this out. So now he gave him followers. He went from, where was he at? He went from basically nothing, brand new, and went up to 2,000, and then it was at 33, and then it went up to 16. It went up to 16. Now it's at 42. I mean, and he's making it look so easy. Just in a second.
You have my Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Go to hang on.
Oh,
Yo, real. He's a hypocrite.
Oh, really? Well, okay.
You know how
Convi.
Gara, all these guys know me.
Please don't incriminate my nigga Silky in this.
I'm not saying I.
Look at that. 1,100. Oh my God. Anyway, so I don't know if this is the guy. It seems like he has some pretty solid evidence showing of how he's able to do this. He gave an example of how he's able to do it. In this interview, he actually mentions other people he's worked with. He mentions some people that he believes are botting. He mentions names of other people that are botting. So I'm going to drop the link to this full video in the comments. Y'all got to go check it out and let me know what you think in the chat. I mean, is this something that people should be doing? Wise man once said they do anything for clout. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. Amy's over here. She said, this is insane. And ML said, wait, isn't it illegal because you're using somebody else's face? So I said it's not illegal. I don't believe it's illegal. I mean, it's not legal advice, and I don't think anybody should do that. I think in most cases it's against terms of service. But if your pictures are out there and they're copyrighted, I think the most you can do is flag it and ask for someone to take it down. But I don't know that it's illegal. And actually, I could probably look that up real quick and let y'all know and find out. Wave Lori said the chat Olympics. Yep. It's definitely wild out here. Let me see. So is using. Let's see what it says. So it says it can be illegal under certain circumstances, which is what I thought. Yeah. So in general, it's not illegal, but it can be in certain circumstances, primarily revolving around copyright infringement, privacy violations, and impersonation. Okay, here are some key points to consider: copyright infringement, privacy violations, impersonation, and misrepresentation, which is using someone else's photo in a way that makes it seem like you are that person or are associated with them without their consent, can be considered impersonation or misrepresentation. This can be illegal and against Instagram's policies. Interesting. I didn't ask specifically about Instagram, but they said that over here. And then terms of service, like I mentioned, Instagram has its own rules regarding the use of photos. Posting content that you do not have the right to can result in the removal of content and possibly account suspension or termination. Here's the thing. So here's the thing. When you upload, and we talked about this before, when you upload to a Spotify, when you upload to YouTube, when you upload to Instagram, there are certain rights and certain licenses you are giving not only that platform, but you're giving other people to use that. So if when these bots are creating these profiles, they're going through and they're using and sourcing images from Instagram, it's probably not against the terms of service in that case. In most cases, you're going to be able to, because you see so many channels and you see so many places reposting content, and then, you know, all they're asked is that they credit the person, and you can ask for it to be taken down. In some cases it will be taken down, and others it isn't. So it's a very gray area, especially if you're uploading your pictures and stuff to a Facebook, to even a Google Photos. You got to be aware of what the terms of service say and if it's all right for somebody to use that. So information age, man, y'all gotta read up on that stuff. It says if you want to use someone else's photo, it's best to obtain explicit permission from the owner. Give proper credit if permission is granted. Ensure that using the photo does not violate any privacy rights. So that's the long and short of it. What is Wave Lord? He said, what up? Amy deleted her message. Amy, why'd you delete your message? What did she say? Amy says, is it illegal to captivate someone else's heart? Oh, Amy. No, it is not illegal. I think that is great. Not illegal at all. I mean, lots of people do it when they use a rapper as a YouTube thumbnail. And again, it's a super gray area, right? Because a lot of those pictures, they're uploaded to Google, they're uploaded to other platforms. Now, I think where you run into the issue is maybe if I took that picture, it's tough, man. It's the tough one. It's a super gray area. She said I misspelled, so I had to move and retype. Oh, you're good, Amy. No, it is not illegal. It is absolutely great. All right, we're going to keep it moving and get into our main event if y'all are ready. Again, if you guys want to call in, I know we've got over 100,000 of y'all watching on X. Shout out to everybody watching on X. We're going to get into our main topic here. And also, I have some breaking news, y'all. There has been another motion to recuse filed against Judge Glanville. And we're going to get to that after we talk about Lil Woody and look at some of the things that are going on with the trial. We know they are currently in trial today. They won't be in trial tomorrow in observance of Juneteenth, but after that, they'll be back on Thursday. So Lil Woody is the gift that keeps on giving, man. We're going to be talking about this trial for a while. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me check the chat one more time, and then we'll get into our main event. We got our guy Woody over here snitching. ML says, but also in DistroKid, they say you can't use a rapper as a cover. Yeah, it depends on the platform. It depends on the platform, honestly. And I think it's specifically for that because the rappers are putting out music with their faces and stuff on it, but there's ways you can get around that. It's just a wild time that we live in for sure. Let me see. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody and that y'all are good. Let me see if anybody called in. We don't have anyone that called in. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into our main event. Y'all ready? Whew. So Lil Woody is back in court testifying, and most recently over the last couple days, they have been reviewing some of the footage that came out of his, I guess you would call them interviews. You could call them his interrogations that he went through with the police in two situations. Obviously, one was the situation after his house and his neighbor's house got shot at by some alleged individuals. And then the one before that, when he was initially arrested. So we're going to look at this case. A lot of crazy things going on with this case. Y'all, we got to be honest. This entire trial is a clown show. Between Lil Woody not answering questions and saying he doesn't know what's going on, between Judge Glanville holding Brian Steele in contempt of court, to Brian Steele going to the Supreme Court and getting that appealed and actually not having to serve jail time, to Lil Woody firing his lawyer while he's on the stand. It's insane. But we're going to check out a couple of clips from this trial that took place over the last couple days. And initially, this is where the prosecution is talking about possibly impeaching Lil Woody and basically showing that he's been lying while he's on the stand. It was okay if he lied to the police before. He's gotten immunity for all of that, but lying on the stand is not okay. So that's what they're going through here.
That indicates that what you said, everything I said was a lie. That's broad and would probably open that up, but I haven't found anything. I think you're going to have to probably pare down your examination or rethink what you want to do in terms of 607.
But Your Honor, when he says in court, I was making it all up. That is,
says I was making it up.
Well, I was making it up, meaning everything that he told law enforcement back then. In order to get out of whatever he was doing, I was making it up. We don't believe he was making it up.
And what Mrs. or ADA Hilton is referring to is, since Lil Woody has been on the stand, he said, hey, everything that took place in those interviews, everything I said during those interviews, I made it up. I lied. I said everything I needed to say to get out of there. If they wanted me to say that, you know, the kid walking down the street did something and was there, I would have said, oh yeah, I remember seeing that kid walking down the street. They wanted me to say my grandma was there and she's the one who pulled up and shot out the house. I would have said, yeah, just because I didn't want to go back to jail and do jail time. So now this is the issue they're having when they're saying Lil Woody's not giving us anything and he's lying on the stand saying that he lied. What? Crazy, y'all.
We're not finding anything that comports with what the state said in terms of everything I said was a lie. All right. The closest that I have, and I'll include this, is her email to me is the next court's exhibit. Question: do you recall telling Detective Dennis and Gaither that I wouldn't want anybody around me but Lil D? Answer: I probably said that because I was trying to run a play on them, but I don't remember what was said. Question back in. Anytime they question me, like I said, you keep asking me about what I supposed to have told them. Anytime they question me, I said whatever came to mind or whatever I thought of in that split second. So I don't know what I said to them. Question: do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Dennis, quotation mark, I really must have my trust in him, close quotation mark, speaking about Lil D? Answer: you said I really had my trust in him? Question: yes, yeah. Answer: no, man, go ahead. Question: and that Lil D ain't never going to turn his back on me? Answer: I told you.
And that's what he says.
I was trying to tell them whatever they would have went for because yeah. Question: you recall telling detectives in those interviews that you're just trying to get out of jail, so I'm going to tell you all what happened so you can check it and I can get out of jail? Answer: yeah. I told the investigators what I remember. I think in one of the interviews, they was locking me up and my child's birthday was coming. And when they got me, I said, listen, man, whatever you all want me to say, I will tell you right now. Just tell me what to say and I'll say it.
Yeah, he didn't want to go back to jail.
What you all want to know and I will tell you.
I guess that's not snitching. I don't know, man. Is that snitching? I guess it's not if it's not true, but he's saying, hey, tell me whatever you want me to say. I will. If you want me to say my grandma was there, I'll say she was there. It's my daughter's birthday party is coming up. I want to go back to jail. What? Come on, Woody.
So if they would have asked me about President Trump, I would have told a story about Trump. If they would have asked me about you, I would have had a story about
crazy.
You. Whatever to convince them that I ain't doing nothing, it wasn't me that's what my intention was. So when you're asking me about interviews, I keep telling you, you keep asking me step by 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 step.
Yeah, he was getting annoyed.
When they got me on this day, I was going to jail. I tried to come up with something to tell them. That's why I can't tell you what I said. I was making it up.
Exactly right, Judge. These rules are not so broad as to just allow hours-long statements in based on specific denials. The idea that I think you also should consider, and is within your purview, to consider the gamesmanship.
I'm going to stop you there. I don't think that anybody's playing any running games in terms of that.
Well, I think
I respectfully disagree with you about that. Okay?
So you don't think that they specifically chose not to show this gentleman his videos so he would not recall things when asked about 10-year-old statements?
I don't think that any self-righteous advocate worth their salt is not going to prepare a witness. I don't believe you would do that. I don't believe anybody would do that.
Why?
Yeah, and we've talked about this before. The prosecution did a terrible job preparing Lil Woody, and that's why this is just dragging so much, because they have to establish all of this. They have to have the back and forth. Lil Woody has to say, I don't remember. I already told you this, such and such. I don't know who was preparing this witness, but they did a terrible job. Hopefully it wasn't ADA Hilton, but we never know. Shout out to Simone.
I don't know, sir. I don't. Okay. I don't. And I don't know what their prep entails. But again, we're not going into, ad hominem attacks against anybody, okay?
It's not an attack. I just think it was strategy. And they shouldn't benefit from the strategy. I'm not making a personal attack. I mean,
no, but there are pros and cons about how witnesses are prepped. So, I certainly,
right.
I certainly think that is something that, has to be taken into account depending upon the witness and depending upon the circumstances.
But they're trying to say just because he doesn't remember, recall, or denies specific parts, somehow this opens up the entire statement based on, well, the jurors should get to see his demeanor. And again, they can see his demeanor on the specific part that is being impeached.
But I'm concerned about this last couple statements because he says, when you're asking me about interviews, that's broad. He's saying in these interviews that I have been undergoing, I keep telling you, you keep asking me step by step by step by step by step, that this is what I did. So when they got me this day, I was going to jail. I tried to come up with something to tell them. That's why I can't tell you what I said. I was making it up.
In my observations, he's frustrated because he doesn't understand the rules of evidence. He doesn't understand that the state was trying to lay a foundation for prior inconsistent statements. But just because he's frustrated and doesn't answer the question, and it, quite honestly, is non-responsive, that doesn't mean the foundation was laid. They still have to lay the foundation.
The impeachment and or the prior inconsistent statement is a collateral consequence of what the witness testifies to. If the witness gives pretty straightforward testimony, then there's no need to go into any of the other things about prior inconsistent statements or impeachment by contradiction. It doesn't come into play because there won't be anything for them to kind of bring out. So it depends on the testimony of the witness as to whether or not we even broach the subjects of impeachment or by any means or method.
Yeah, and they're going to have to review the video because he said it was important to the cases that took place after that, and is a big part of why Woody is here and testifies in the first place, because they know he's going to talk to the police. He said, yeah, I'll talk. I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'll say whatever you want me to say, which is why he's here, which is one of the reasons that they gave him immunity, so he could say what he needed to say.
And what I think maybe the advocates aren't doing the best job conveying to your honor. The first two statements are pretty straightforward, okay? But as we move on, these statements are very wide.
Are you talking about the statements on January the 11th and February 20th?
They're pretty straightforward and pretty compartmentalized. fairly compartmentalized about what they talk about. I'm going to use June 10th as an example because I mean this is going to come up again and again.
Okay, but I don't want to talk about June 10th.
Well, I don't want to set a precedent
because we haven't kind of covered that. I have a jury that's sitting out here. I want to kind of see if I can go forward with that.
Okay, well,
so that's my intent at this point in time is to see whether or not I can make an agreement, or not make an agreement, but I can make a decision as to whether I'm going to allow the state to play these two. Okay. The court is still of the opinion that those two statements on January 11th and February 20th of 2015 can be played for impeachment by contradiction. All right. Bless you, Mr. Weinstein. When's your replacement coming? Not soon enough? Okay, all right. Hang in.
Yeah, and the reason he made that joke and they're all wearing masks is because Mr. Weinstein just tested positive for COVID. So now they're all wearing masks in the courtroom. But basically what was happening here is the defense did not want them to be able to play the videos. Prosecution says we should be able to play the videos. And now the judge decided we're going to move forward. We're going to play the videos. So we'll get to the videos here in a second. There's our guy, Lil Woody.
Okay.
There he goes. The legend. Look at that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This guy is amazing.
No. She was asking me that, Mr. Copeland, okay? All right. Okay.
So the number is not broadcast, and I'm going to move it to 3/12/58.
Oh. All right.
Oh, y'all still going?
So this is one of his first interviews.
I was. Like, they said, man, I'm talking about, it's supposed to be about me not being down with it no more. But he really don't know, he don't really know what to do, because he's like, it's me. Okay, so you got an APG. Yes. But it was in 2000, I had went to jail in 2000, I think it's 2015 now. I went to jail in 2013, 12. I went to jail in 2012. I did a year. But when I went to jail in 2012, I didn't get down with the game. So I went in. So you got a 2013, so no. I never told him. I just started going around and I went playing. Okay. You know, so now they think it was through. And they don't claim YSL. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's real. So I'm going to get some money. And then we told a couple people, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what this about. But that's what you're supposed to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I switched up on them. So I got you. Yeah, so they got the ass with you. But I know that they saying like, I didn't know them. I did something. I know that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go to jail, I ain't trying to be dead, I ain't trying to go back to somebody, none of this. Me and nothing, ain't never had a problem. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, I will show it to you. A person come on my picture and I say, you gonna die tonight. They come on my picture and say, on your Instagram? Yes. So you gonna die. What's your Instagram page? WOODY372. WOODY372.
Have y'all seen Lil Woody's Instagram? We're going to pull this up. I'm going to pull this up for y'all at the end of this. This man is wild if you haven't checked it out. Speaking of Instagram.
Shit, I'm going to die tonight. But she deleted the country by a screenshot. So when she deleted, I still took pictures. Yeah, it was a girl. Her name was Maya. Pretty. It was some Maya.
So he's talking about some girl that was threatening him.
And then she deleted. But I still got a screenshot on the phone. You went dead. I supposed to show it to you.
Boy, singing.
Your Honor, the state's going to pause here at 3:32:15 and fast forward it to when Detective Thorpe re-enters the room.
And what the prosecution is trying to show here is that no, he wasn't saying whatever he was trying to say to get out of there. He actually was telling the truth in these cases. So they're showing the inconsistencies here, right? Because he said, yeah, I still got the screenshots. My phone's dead. I will show it to you. That's true. But Lil Woody's saying everything I said in those interviews, it was a lie. Which one is it, Woody? You can't have it both. You can't have it both ways, man.
them for Cal, see? You got them for Cal? No. I had it. Yeah. Who's that?
And this audio is so bad, y'all. I apologize.
No, that one, them ain't Cal. So you know what you got? Look like I seen before. Which one? Look like I seen both of you with Cal.
All right, y'all. Here it goes. This is the snitching.
The other guy looks to me, though. I just ain't for sure. It's him.
Dang. He said it's him. That guy right there.
So Moto dropped you off. It went about his business. And he drives English gray or grayish blue Chevy Impala or Malibu. Yeah, this is another car. Okay, so real. You don't know Moto's real name. I had met a Moto like around when I got Moto like he FaceTime. He told me that. Or what time was that? With his FaceTime. I got charge. Okay. No, we have the outlet charger for the computer. But when Moto did it, I was trying to call my girl dad up, and he asked me what happened. He was like, he called me on the phone saying I did. And I explained to him like, yeah, I can't do it and like that. And he was like, please don't like let me talk to somebody. I get it, somebody over them, somebody's brother or something, you got something to do with them, and he could tell me right there, let me talk to them, let them know that I didn't do it, and that's like it. And then, them and her dad was talking about, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go down there, but I told him too, like, you think I should like talk? And he's like, nah, because they might find out where it's, you know what I'm saying, and then you don't even got nothing to do with it, they just, okay, just like, when they come talk, one talk, you just go down there and talk to them, and y'all go do that there. But I was nervous, like, I was scared, like, just know. I didn't know what to do. Like, one going to the house, girl. I didn't know that. Dang, bro. Like, everybody gonna sit here and say, well, I did it. I know I go through this every time. Like, the guy got robbed. People ain't on me. Damn, they ain't know. He found out who did it. Instead of him just going ahead and admit that he wrong, he still let you think it. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't.
And he also repeated this too. Keep in mind. I know. Again, I apologize, y'all. The audio is so bad.
I can't do that right now. Now somebody did, and they think it's me, but I can't. It ain't. I ain't afraid of, you know what I'm saying, nothing. But I just don't want to go to jail or die about somebody to do. And I didn't know. Did he have a point? Can have a point to who? I don't know. But it just now like he constantly. He just won't stop, bro. Like it ain't nothing I can do. Like I can do this. I can do that. Like they know I stay because we were cool. You know what I'm saying? I took my sister house, my brother house. We was one night together and everything. Not care, but the ones that be around me. And all of a sudden, like, this what it means. Like, I don't know what it was, man. Honestly, I can't, man. Like, I'm so confused right now. So, me and us each other, we judge each other. You know, he's like, what's going on with you? And they just chill, man, trying to shit money. He's like, man, they about to get things going. You know what I'm saying? But, it's just something, man. I didn't know right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can talk to him, but somebody still don't think I did it. Like, no matter what I do, where I go, you know what I'm saying? I got sisters and brothers out there too. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so we're fast forwarding a little bit.
Okay, members of the gallery, I'm going to call our jurors out in just a second, but it's just I was speaking with counsel. We have somebody that may have tested positive for COVID this morning, so if you want to wear a mask, you're certainly welcome to do so. I'm going to put one on in just a second. We have masks available for your use if you'd like to. So with that, if you need one, let us know. We'll go ahead and have you wear one, okay? All right.
That's it. I don't even understand. You was 30 deep. Huh? My cousin was. Who were you associated with? And then everything else that rolled about with it is starting to come back to harm. And where your cousin at now? Which one? Which one?
Probably talking about Tay.
In jail. Both of them? And you out here on the streets trying to survive. And now you at this point. But you see, one of my kids, he getting tortured though. Huh? He getting tortured. What you mean he getting tortured? He getting shot at, stabbed, all this because they think he snitch. I'm already going to enough by something I didn't do. And I know if I was to tell you what's going on, which is I know they're going to be on records and all this here, and we got to get a lot of them, get his skirt package. First thing I'm going to do, send 2 places, to street and to prison.
It's true.
And float it all around, sit up now, and went all around prisons. With my name over there. I'm not going that way talking about where no way. I'm not going to none of that. Nigga that shot at me, my girl and my baby. I almost shot my face off. As we were running.
Dang.
I'm not for sure, but I thought I heard one of the bullets hit that car seat or graze the car seat. I don't know. Did you, when you got the car seat in there, did you see any bullets in? No. I wouldn't be looking.
So they give a little bit of background. This interview is from when Lil Woody was in his driveway, was loading his kids up into the car, and was loading his daughter up into the car, and I guess his BM was out there with him, and that's when the guys were around the corner. He saw the car start to pull up. They pulled up and started firing at the car. This is all taking place after Big Nut was shot and killed. Right. So he's just giving some of the story of what happened then, why he did what he did. And now they're going to try and get him to identify who was in that car because he fired some shots back as well.
I went through all this, man. I ain't doing that. So you telling me that you can, maybe it didn't or maybe it did, hit that car seat. But you telling me right now that loyalty enough to the streets, which the streets is coming in your house, shooting at your baby mama and your baby, they're gonna make a rest on me. They're gonna make a rest on me, man. You're a better man than me.
Yeah, he makes a great point. Somebody comes in there and they try and they take shots at, hey, y'all street, y'all say, I see y'all in the comments, y'all say I'm not street. Which I'm fine with that. Y'all gotta let me know if somebody takes shots at your child and your baby mama. What are you gonna do? I mean, Lil Woody's saying he's not gonna say anything. He's not trying to snitch because he's got to go back out there. Which I get it, but y'all gotta let me know, man.
Which the streets is coming in your house.
It's dumb.
Shooting at your baby mama and your baby. They're gonna make a rest on me. They're gonna make a rest on me, man. You're a better man than me.
Saying he doesn't have a choice.
I don't look at myself as nobody. I just know the trouble I'm putting myself in. Just know. I just know the trouble I'm putting myself in. Just know. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing, man. Can't get no job. Can't do none of this shit. I know the street gonna be a field. All things going on right now, just waiting on you need to catch up me and kill me. So how do you feel that you know that when they gonna catch up to you and kill you? How does that make you feel? Just take care of my family right now while I can. Just what I've been doing. I can't run from it. It's a game. It's a whole gang after me. Different niggas every day. It could be different niggas every day. It could be different niggas every 10 times a day. What gang after you? What gang after you? Where's your phone? There's a phone right there? The only time. No. I've never let anybody hurt my family. So what gang is that for you? Blood gang. That's a big broad gang? I'm not scared no more. Not.
Which is also something that's true.
So you're not, at this point, you're not scared of that? It's gonna happen regardless. It's no way I can run to it. It's nothing, man. It's nothing to stop it, man. All thing to stop it is these police do their job, find out who killed that man. And whatever, man. And show these niggas it ain't me. They get some of them out of it. Shit crazy, man. My head hurt, man. I've been stressed way before this shit happened, man. We got some things we gotta deal with on the other end, too. Now, you know, you convicted fella. You shooting a weapon.
Can't do that. Mentioned that earlier. Do not have a right to defend yourself with a weapon.
That's your probation now. Who's your probation officer?
Yeah, and the issue was here, Lil Woody was saying that he talked to not his probation officer, but some other detective or officer. And they say, yeah, you're good. You have a right to defend yourself. Well, when you're a convicted felon, you can't have a gun. All right. I think most people know that. Lil Woody knew that, which is why he paid somebody else to get a gun for him because he couldn't purchase it himself, which is another. Can't be doing that.
Officer Brown. You gonna call Officer Brown in the morning? Yeah. You know his number? It's in his phone. I didn't know the phone. It was in the car. Okay, so Officer Brown's your probation officer? Yeah. You need to tell Officer Brown he need to call Investigator Gator. Now, where's this weapon? I told her that I should probably give it to him this evening, for example. Tomorrow evening? Yeah. You need to call Gator. You call him, he gave you a number? Yeah, he gave me a card. Okay. You either call 1 or 2. Deshaun. So you don't know who the person is? By the time I looked up, they were rolling down their window. They know me. They saw that shooting. I was already in the car. You have any idea who it might be?
Uh-oh, here we go.
I was already in the car. Anybody you let come over to the house recently that normally ain't been by there?
She said, I don't know.
Nah, we just talking about. Who is it? Huh? I don't know. Sure. Yeah, let me do something. Who is? Who is? Who is? Been there. Been there. Who is? I got a problem with it.
Oh, that's tough. I know it's hard. I know it's hard for y'all to hear, but let me see if I could translate this real quick.
Come over to the house recently.
So the police officer asks, "Is there anybody you let come over to the house recently?"
Normally ain't been by there.
And he's asking Lil Woody's baby mom.
Nah, we just talking about. Who is it? Huh?
And she said, no, Uh-oh. Lil Woody said, wait, hold up now. There was somebody there. And it was Tay.
Yeah, let me do something. Who is? Who is? Been there.
He said, and then he's saying, tell him who was there.
Been there. Who is? I got a problem with it.
He said that's why I got a problem with it. Dang. Woody's petty, man. Come on, Woody. Y'all gotta. Y'all, that's snitching. I don't care what y'all say. You say, yeah, there was somebody there. Tell them who was there. You know who was there. That's why I don't mess with them anymore. Dang.
So you don't know who the person is?
Last time I looked up, they rolling down their window.
She did not think he was going to say something.
I was already in the car.
You have any idea who it might be?
I was already in the car.
Dang.
Anybody you let come over to the house recently that normally ain't been by there?
Nah, cause we just talking about. Who is that?
Huh?
Yeah, let me do this. Who is? Who is? Who is?
Been there. Been there.
Who is?
She said, when?
No, Tay.
Tay. She said, oh, Tay.
Yeah, it was Tay.
Dang.
So Tay has been the only one that's been over in that area that you.
Who is? They don't like. They're the only person.
Say it again, I can't hear.
That's the only person who's been there that they have a problem with you.
So Tay is the only one that's been there that have a problem with to him and knows that you live there.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, what are you pointing the finger, man? What he? Oh. So y'all got to tell me, man. Is this snitching? Is it not? To me, it's snitching. They asked him who was there, who's been at the house that has a problem with you. What he said, I don't know. Then the investigator asked his baby mama. He said, "Hey, has anybody been at the house that might have a problem with you? That might have a problem with Woody?" And she said, she stood on business. She said, "No, I don't know." Then little Woody said, "Hey, no, someone's been over to the house. Tell him who it was. Because I caught him or found out about him or saw him leaving or heard from somebody else that he was there." And she said, "Oh, what you mean?" Because she didn't think he was going to say anything. Lil Woody said, "Tell him." And she said, "Oh, Tay. Tay's been over there. That's why I got a problem." And Woody's like, "Yeah, that's why I got a problem with him." We all know. Hey, we all know what that means. All right, we're just gonna keep it moving.
Who is?
Been there.
Who is?
Tay was over there getting it in.
No, Tay.
So you got this Tay.
Dang, Woody.
So Tay has been the only one that's been over in that area that you.
Who is? They don't like.
She said that's what it sound like, according to him.
That's the only person who's been there that they have a problem with you.
So Tay is the only one that's been there that have a problem with to him and knows that you live there.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Now all the people that we saw coming in and out of there, who were those guys?
My brothers.
Your brothers is brothers?
Real brothers. Real brothers.
How many brothers? That they came for you. And in the process of that, they were shooting at you and your baby. So that's 3 possible situations that could not have came out better than what it is right now, because right now you all here. Now we know that somebody in that car is injured and hurt from what we saw at the scene.
Yeah, because Lil Woody shot back. He actually shot at them and shot the gun.
What I'm saying to you is, you want to lock me up.
He does not. He does not want to go back to jail.
In the next couple of days, but right now, no. I don't have a weapon. I don't have nobody that said that you were shooting at them. But in this situation, we know that they were shooting at you by what we found. Now you there. And the one thing that I want to say to you, you're a better man by coming up and admitting what that it was you. You can say somebody.
All right, so that's the full video right there. There's a little bit more to it. We'll probably cover it tomorrow. But Lil Woody, man, at that point, he was tired of it. He said he wasn't going to snitch. He didn't want to tell and say who was there. But he pointed out, yeah, Tay was there. Now, what's the importance of this? Because when everything went down, it actually came out that Tay was one of the people who was in the car. And this was known by the police because they ended up catching him. Obviously, Lil Woody, he shot at them. When he shot at them, the assault rifle that they were using to shoot at Lil Woody, it actually got damaged. So he actually shot the actual assault rifle. It got damaged, and then they crashed the car. Then they were able to arrest the people who were involved. So again, Lil Woody, man, this is a tough situation he's in. We've got more cases going on today. We're going to hear about it and get into it a little bit more tomorrow. There's one more thing I want to cover. I think we've got time, but y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments, man. Shout out to everybody who's in here too. We've got over 130,000 people watching over on X. I appreciate y'all. We got about 5,000 of y'all watching on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel. Let me see. What Drummer said they're gone. I think he put this in the chat when I was talking about what would y'all do if somebody took shots at your wife or your baby mama and your child. I wouldn't tell them anything either. I probably wouldn't tell them, and I would go figure out who it was. If I knew who it was, I wouldn't say a word. Wait till anyway, I'm not gonna say that on the camera, but I don't know that I would trust the justice system to handle that type of situation. But thank God I'm never gonna be in that situation, so we'll never know. Hollywood Cole said ClassE goes slide. Yeah, we might have to I plead the fifth. And I probably shouldn't be saying anything about that in the live stream, but like I said, thank God it's never going to happen. And I will contact the proper authorities once everything is handled. What Drummer said, vengeance. Yeah, we don't play that over here. Oh, I've got one more thing I've got to cover, but I know we're getting close on time. Amy, she says, oh, wow. She was talking to Snappa about something. I missed it. Snappa Slappa says, his lunchtime. I don't know what he's talking about. Wood Drummond said he sounds hungry. You Mojo is up in here too. Good to see you, man. We've got one more thing we got to get to. It's a little bit of breaking news here. All right, we gotta cover this, and I'm gonna fully break it down tomorrow. But this is huge. All right, Judge Glanville is coming under fire again, and guess who it is this time? Getting his get back. The Attorney of the Year, Brian Steele, is over there, and he has filed a motion to recuse Judge Glanville. He's trying to get Judge Glanville up out of there, basically, and mainly because of the secret meeting they have. Now, it just recently came out today while they were in court that Judge Glanville is actually going to give the transcripts from that secret meeting. Y'all, this is crazy. So never throughout this entire situation, whether it was Brian Steele being held in contempt or him fighting the appeal, has anyone said that this meeting did not take place. Judge Glanville at the beginning was just mad and said, well, who told you the meeting took place, right? So now Brian Steele, he's getting his get back. He said, Judge, I want to get you up out of here. You are handling this case completely wrong. We've given you enough time to be able to assess whether you should recuse yourself. And I believe why. Now he's going to give us some background onto this. I just want to read the first little bit of this, and we're going to cover the full motion to recuse on another video. But y'all check this out because it gets really, really interesting. All right. So in the Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, motion to disqualify or recuse Judge Glanville from all further dealings in the above referencing case and motion for mistrial, which has been goaded by the improper conduct committed in concert by the court and prosecution. Okay, so he's saying everybody was in there cutting up. Man, this gets wild. All right. Comes now. Young Thug, by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby files this motion to disqualify Judge Glanville from all further dealings in above referenced case. All right. We know the case, and motion for mistrial, which was goaded by improper conduct committed in concert by the court and prosecution because they had a secret meeting, an in parte meeting, which is not okay, according to the defense. All right. In support of this motion, Mr. Williams shows as follows. Undersigned counsel represents Young Thug in the above referenced case. The jury trial of multiple accused persons commenced January 4th, 2023 before Fulton County Superior Court Judge Glanville. The trial is expected to last at least through the end of 2024 calendar year. It's going to go well into 2025, especially if we got our guy Lil Woody over there saying, huh? What that mean? I don't recall. On Monday, June 10th, within 5 days of filing this timely motion, which is important, this court, along with prosecutors, engaged in an unlawful, improper ex parte meeting with, among other persons, a sworn witness, Lil Woody. Lil Woody was in that meeting, y'all. I cannot wait for the defense to cross-examine Lil Woody. One, because the defense is ready. They've been preparing for this. They know exactly what they're dealing with. Two, Lil Woody does not want to do this. He's made that clear, whether you think he's a snitch or not. Lil Woody has made this clear. He does not want to be here. He was forced to be here. He was already held in contempt last Friday because he didn't want to testify in this case. So he's going to be doing the defense a favor, and he's might even be able to save his legacy if he gives them what they need when it comes to giving more information about this secret meeting and saying that certain things happened in this case. All right. So y'all check this out. On Monday, June 10th, within 5 days of the filing this timely motion, this court, along with prosecutors, engaged in an unlawful, improper ex parte meeting with, among other persons, a sworn witness, Lil Woody, from whom an order of use immunity had been issued Friday, June 7th. We just talked about that, right? No notice of this ex parte meeting was provided to any attorney for any of the criminal accused in this case. In fact, the accused and their counsel were in the dark that this Star Chamber meeting occurred. Lil Woody had previously been called to testify on Friday, June 7th, asserted the Fifth Amendment privilege in open court in front of the jury, and was held in contempt and summarily, I believe is how you say it, incarcerated until such time as he agreed to testify pursuant to the grant of use immunity. All right. So they were going to keep him in there until he agreed to do what he needed to do. Judge Glanville and the prosecutors essentially admitted by silence and by statements in open court that an ex parte meeting occurred on the morning of June 10th, 2024, only after undersigned counsel revealed, based upon information and belief, that this impermissible meeting occurred. Y'all, this is huge. So the reason they keep saying, well, I'm going to leave that alone. All right. Because Lil Woody had fired his lawyer before they had this meeting, right? So he didn't have any representation while he was in this meeting with the judge and with the prosecution, which is insane itself. All right. Not only that, but as they've mentioned several times before, this meeting is impermissible. Not supposed to be doing it unless there's just some really crazy circumstances, right? At the earliest opportunity, on the afternoon of June 10th, 2024, the court was informed, based upon information and belief, that the ex parte meeting with the sworn witness, Lil Woody, and the prosecution occurred earlier that day, that the witness had made factual admissions and that statements were made to the witness by the court and the prosecutors or prosecutor acting in concert about the amount of time Lil Woody could be held in custody on contempt. Now, we heard this in, I believe it was Mr. Weinstein. I think that's how he says his name. If not, I apologize. He said basically the same thing. He said they got Lil Woody in the room in the judge's chambers. They said, hey, man, if you don't give us the information that we want, if you don't do what you're supposed to do on the stand, then you're going to be held in contempt. And I'm going to keep you here until we get through everybody. So you might be here for a year, you might be here for 2 years, you might be here for 3 years. Either way, this is going to be it. So you need to get on that stand and do what you're supposed to do. Man, the court denied undersigned counsel's request for the transcript of the ex parte meeting and denied the timely motion for mistrial based upon this improper and illegal ex parte meeting, which violated Young Thug's constitutional and statutory rights, including the right to due process, a fair trial, a fair tribunal, ethical prosecutors, and the right to present at every critical stage of the proceedings under the Georgia Constitution. Because two things. One, it just came out today that Judge Glanville said, all right, I give up. Your guy, Brian Steele over there, he's got the Supreme Court of Georgia behind him. I need to give y'all a little bit of leeway here. So Judge Glanville decided that he's actually going to give them the transcripts from this meeting, y'all. So we're going to hear about that very soon, hopefully tomorrow. I don't know how soon they'll get it. If we don't hear about it, wait, what's today? Tuesday? We won't hear about it tomorrow. So we'll hear about it on Thursday. All right. So they'll get this and we'll get to hear what was actually in the transcripts of that meeting on Thursday. And this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge, especially considering that they met and Lil Woody not only wasn't the defense there, but they weren't able to object to anything that was said in this meeting. So Lil Woody was he was in the lion's den on this one. Man. Uniform Superior Court Rule 4.1 and Georgia Code of Judicial Conduct 2.9 delineates rules governing ex parte communications. And they basically say that you can't do that, right? And it lays it out here. The court violated USCR 4.1 and the Judicial Code of Conduct 2.9. The court has joined the prosecution. Oh my gosh. Brian Steele is a menace, man. Did y'all see this? He says the court has joined the prosecution's team. Oh. This is bad. This is bad. And shout out to the lead attorney in AV. If y'all want to hear this case covered in full detail by an attorney, please make sure you go check out the lead attorney and AV to the 7th power. He actually mentioned one of the things that's important about this situation, because where it says the court has joined the prosecutor's team and is biased against Young Thug. The lead attorney mentioned Brian Steele would never say this in court. He had to write this up, put in a document, because can y'all imagine if Brian Steele was in court and said, Judge, you are on the prosecution's team, you're biased, and I'm calling for mistrial. Boy, they would have got him out of there with the quickness. Shout out to the lead attorney. He's totally and completely right on that one. So the court has joined the prosecution's team and is biased against Young Thug and favorable to the prosecutors as objectively demonstrated on June 10th, 2024, as well as throughout the pendency of this case. Number 6, the trial court rejected undersigned counsel's substantive request for information about the unlawful ex parte meeting, and the court denied undersigned counsel's motion of mistrial. Instead, the court stunningly demanded to know how undersigned counsel came in the possession of the information about the ex parte meeting. This is when Judge Glanville said, I don't care about this ex parte meeting. I'm going to do what I want to, but you need to tell me who told you so I can get them up out of here and fire them so we don't have any more leaks in the boat. The prosecutor suddenly sat mute and permitted this injustice to occur and for the court to attempt to intimidate undersigned counsel, which they're talking about Lil Woody, right? Later, Love, that's ADA Love, a lawyer currently employed with the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, argued that the ex parte hearing with witness Lil Woody was ethical, just, and proper. No, I don't think so. The other prosecutors still remained mute. All right. And he's talking about ADA Hilton, Simone Hilton. So we're going to get into the full the full document because it really lays out everything that happened and what was possibly said in this meeting. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that second video. Man, y'all gotta let me know what you think, because it's looking like Judge Glanville, he needs to get up out of there, man. This judge is so biased. And why you would have this type of ex parte meeting with a key star witness in this case, I have no idea, man. What are y'all saying in the chat? We're gonna get ready for our next live stream here. Amy said, what is going on? Hollywood Coast at YSL is up 3-1. Yep. I support that 1000%. YSL they're winning right now. Young Thug is chilling. This is such, and I got to remember where we left off. We left off at number 6. This is such a bad look, not only for the court, but specifically for the DA's office, because they've already got so much controversy with what went on with the Trump case with Nathan Wade and Fannie Willis. Then you've got, oh gosh, what was her name? I had it pulled up here. You got Ashley Merchant over there, absolutely obliterating Fannie Willis right now, not giving her any room. They've got that case on hold. Now you got the district attorney's office in collusion with the court. What is going on? Man, the Atlanta not looking great like right now. Wood Drummer said, if he's recused, do they have to start the whole trial over? Yes. And no, from what I understand, they would just get a new judge in there. I can verify that and give you an exact answer, but what Drummer said, don't call her Fanny, it's Fonnie. Oh, okay, my bad. Fonnie Willis. Let's see. So is a trial over? If a judge is recused, it does not mean the trial is over. Recusal refers to a judge stepping aside from the case due to potential conflict of interest or bias, ensuring impartiality in the legal process. When a judge is recused, the following steps typically occur. Replacement, another judge is assigned to the case. Continuance, depending on the stage of the trial and the availability of a replacement judge, there may be a brief continuance. That poor jury, man. I hate this for the jury. I don't feel bad for Young Thug right now because he lived that life. You gotta do your time, right? Time served. I don't feel bad for the attorneys because they are getting paid. I don't feel bad for the judge because this is what he does. But that jury, oh dear God, please don't get a continuance. This jury is gonna be held up even longer. Okay, so the first thing was replacement. The second thing was continuance. The third thing was ongoing proceedings. The trial continues under the new judge. As previously gathered evidence, testimonies, and motions remain part of the case, and the judge takes over from the point of recusal. The primary aim of recusal is to maintain the fairness and objectivity in the judicial process, not to end the trial. All right, now Amy calls it, if they declare a mistrial, then they have to start all over again. But recusing a judge, they're just going to replace him with somebody else. Wow. Amy, yep, she's right here. She's right here in Atlanta with me. She said, our tax dollars hard at work. Yeah. You know, Fannie Willis, she loves putting our tax dollars to work. Vacations, ex parte meetings. I keep hearing the term appellate court. I think it's appellate court. That must be a higher court than they're in. Yeah, so appellate court, and I'll give you the exact definition. Yeah, it's appellate court. Hold on. Okay, so just a quick definition. An appellate court is also known as an appeals court. It is a higher court that reviews the decisions and outcomes of lower courts to ensure the correct application of the law and proper procedure. So pretty straightforward. They review lower court decisions, they hear appeals, legal interpretation, written opinions, and no new evidence or testimony. Unlike trial courts, appellate courts do not consider new evidence or witness testimony. They rely solely on the trial recorded and legal arguments presented in written beliefs and oral arguments. Amy says appellate courts review procedures. Yeah, Amy has worked in the legal field as well. Appellate courts review the procedures and the decisions in the trial court to make sure the proceedings were fair and that the proper law was applied correctly. Yep, appellate. Got me a new big word. Shout out to Hollywood Co. And Hollywood Co. also says the judge denied the recusal, but they're saying it's got to go to appellate court. Yeah, so basically what the judge is saying, he said, I'm going to keep going with the trial. If you have a problem with it, then you can appeal my decision. But we're moving forward. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm not going to recuse myself. I'm not going to grant you a mistrial. Sorry. We're going to go through this case, and once the case is done and I sentence Young Thug to 50 years in prison, then you can appeal and you can go back to court and somebody else will deal with that. So that's basically what's going on there. All right, y'all, we got to get up out of here. We've got another show that we have to do. If y'all want to get your music review, make sure you tap in. We're going to be live right here in about 15 minutes on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel and also over on the BandLab Engineer channel. We will also be back tomorrow. We're going to do a full breakdown of that motion to recuse because tomorrow should be a slower day because Lil Woody's not going to be on the stand, but I still haven't reviewed the trial that's going on today. So we may have more information on that as well. But y'all rest assured, we're going to be locked and loaded. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've got another episode of the Song of the Night live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I'm going to see y'all here in 15 minutes right here on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel and the BandLab Engineer channel. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to everyone watching on X. Make sure if you haven't yet, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff so you don't miss any time that we drop a video, which we're dropping 2 videos a day, or anytime that we go live. We're going live 2 times a day, Monday through Friday. All right. I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. You know what to do. Keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We gone. Peace.
We're real strong people. We can do anything. We can't be worried about what they say. My brother, my sister, just believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself.
Since everything starts with self, let me hold this mirror up and take a look at myself. Before I judge you, I gotta check myself. And I come to find out that that's good for my health, right? Change your mind and watch the whole body follow. So you won't hear me talking about I'm hitting you with hollows. I can't do it, got plans for tomorrow. And I ain't trying to bring my seeds no type of sorrow. Wait, cause fake rappers do fake-ish. I mean, most the basic get replaced quick. I'll never sacrifice my soul. Truth is, so I might never get 1 million records sold. But that's cool, cause I'm good with the creator. He nurtured my thoughts, so I present you with verbal flavor. You never listen to what no haters say. We pray for them, but we gon' move it this way. We moving forward, y'all.
We can do anything. We can't be worried about what they say. My brother, my sister, just believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health.
feel like George Floyd, yo, I can't breathe. It's hard to conceive on why they wanna kill we. I think they wanna break our spirit, the youth won't hear it. We die over loose, these cops scared to quit it. I send my love.